Notre Dame still holding on to the 33-26 lead. So real quick, we'll flip you over here just a moment to albia.tv just to check in there on what's going on with the Blue Demons and our friends with Thunder Country KIIC and Albia. They are in Creston this evening, checking on the Blue Demons against Glenwood at the moment. We'll give you some actual score updates here in just a moment as we're ready to go in this 170 class, and that should be Dan Gorski against Emery Watson, I do believe, and that's who they got up there. As for those of you that listened to our interview with Coach Sporer pre-match here, that was in a separate live video on Go SEC TV, Dan was able to set the new program record for pins in a season at the conference tournament with his 28th of the year. He would sure love one now.
And he's working there. He gets the 2 takedown. He's got the leg split. He's going to want to keep that so he can try to work up here.
30 seconds in here to the first period. Danielle Hubler telling Tristan Center, great job in the comment section here on Go SEC TV.
We've got the wrist. We've got the arm barred. He's trying to turn. Okay, got good job of shaking the arm loose there on Watson.
Based on the stats that I saw of Watson.
Oh, here we go.
There it is.
That's just why he broke the pin record.
Yeah, I would say so. That's a tough spot for Watson to be in, as Gorski tries to make it 29 pins on the year, his 38th win, but he's able to roll out of it a little bit, Watson. That's a heck of a job to get an escape. I'm sorry, no, that's 3. I beg your pardon.
Right, get off his back.
Yep, I thought I saw one finger up from our FAR official. Instead of 5-0 advantage here for Dan Gorski with 30 seconds remaining here in the first period of the 170 bout.
And there he's out. He's getting out and running it again.
He's making it tough on him, no doubt about that. Watson, according to the stats online, is 0-4 on the year. But he's putting up a fight here in the first period. There it is.
That's going to tie it all up.
With 12 seconds remaining in the first period, Dan Gorski's got his 29th pin of the year, 38-1 now for the SEC Conference champ from last Friday in the 170 class.
A little off on my math.
That's all right.
Still keeps them down 1, but they're well within striking distance here going in these last 2 matches.
33-32 as we go to 182, and as Darren said, only 2 matches remaining. We'll see what they do at 182. I'd imagine for Knoxville it's a no-brainer. You're going to see Wayne Johnston here.
Well, Burlington does have to send first, so that's what.
Do they? Okay.
Coach Spore's waiting to see who they send, and you can see Coach Pleen over there. He's scratching his head, and he's trying to make sure.
Well, because you got C.J. Walrath or Jaden Kirby if you are Notre Dame. Walrath, of course, hasn't lost since 2021. Kirby is 11-23 on the year. And so what would you do in that situation? Darren, put on the coaching headset here. You got Johnson at 25-11 or Kendall at 14-16.
Now, I'm just going to send Walrath out if I'm Coach Pleen, and that's what he did. So what do we go with here?
So that'll be at the 182 class, C.J. Walrath.
I mean, you were between a rock and a hard place here. So now you're
the
Knoxville wrestler is huge to not give up a fall here. The fall ends it.
And Knoxville will put out there. They've got Wayne Johnston.
Okay.
Nope, they switched it up.
I will say that didn't look
Malachi Swan.
Didn't look like Wayne Johnston to me.
So they're gonna have. I bet they're gonna have Wayne at 195. That's a quick 2 for Walrath. Again, young man C.J. Walrath, who won the title last year at 182 with a perfect season. He's sitting 51-0 on the year here in his senior campaign. His last loss came in the semifinals of the 170 weight class back in 2021, and that will continue to be the case. He maintains his perfect record, getting the pin of Malachi Swan. And how would you like to be a freshman having to go against C.J. Walrath? That's quite a task.
It is.
So what are we looking at here as we go into the final match?
I mean, you're down 7.
What do you need?
Some craziness would have to happen here.
Yeah.
So you'd have to see a team point deducted from. I mean, if Knoxville gets the fall, you're still going to be down by 1.
Right.
But yeah, it'd have to be something crazy, and those. Pleen has these guys coached smart enough to keep their head here.
And so this should be. We'll double check on the announcement, but I think Wayne Johnston gets bumped up to 195.
Now wrestling at 195, Knoxville's Wayne Johnston.
It is.
Notre Dame's Jaden Kirby.
And then Jaden Kirby here bumping up to 195 as well. So Coach Plain just electing, I guess at that point with Walrath at 182, Darren, just to kind of clinch things,
Right.
albeit, barring something crazy like you said, early rather than going into the final match.
Right. I'd feel pretty comfortable with him putting him on the mat either weight there, maybe all the way up to 285. You never know.
Sure. I don't know what the cutoff is there, but there aren't many here in the state, especially in 2A, that are much better than C.J. Walrath. Nothing to hang your head about, certainly, if you're Malachi Swan either on that. That's a tough matchup.
And here's it.
And a pin
fall
for Wayne Johnston. His 17th of the year. He improves to 26-11, and it looks like the Panthers are going to fall by 1.
Knoxville 38.
And that will indeed be the case. What an effort.
I'll tell you, I don't know what else they could have done. I mean, they wrestled a great duel.
They did. You look back here on some of the matches, Darren, and of course, you can second guess everything, but if you get a fall by Luke Spohr, I would obviously tie it up at 39 at that point. But other than that, everybody else pretty much wrestled to as you would expect here in the match, right? You're looking at, for Knoxville in particular, Marco Alejo won by fall. We mentioned the major decision win at 14-4 by Luke Spohr. And then Tristan Sinnard got the win by major decision. He could have easily had a fall as well in that match against Lively Christofferson. Daniel Gorski had his continued record-breaking 29th pin of the year in his win by fall. And then Wayne Johnston just there with a win by fall. Trayton Kingery at 285. They bumped him up to the heavyweight there for a win by fall as well. So, really, the Panthers came out and executed, I think, the game plan they were looking for, just maybe with one or two hiccups along the way.
Yeah, they did a great job. They have nothing to hang their hat on. I know they'd love to be wrestling Williamsburg here in this next duel, but and like I said, they're young. They're
yes, they are.
They get a little taste of this, and it's always nice to come to these duels and just feel this kind of this environment. It's just good to be in the duel at least, because I've just seen too many over the years where there's a lot of blowouts and a lot of things, and I think this may be a better way to do it with used to always be sectional champions would then team up for these regional duels, but now they're doing it by a ranking system. So we'll see how good the state is as long as their rankings, but I do like this format with just 3 teams.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's very well. Of course, I know nothing of the old way, so this is how it's been for me, obviously, but I think it worked exceptionally well here tonight. Any last update here before we hit the road with Albia over there in Creston? I know they were behind early against Glenwood, the only other South Central Conference team in action here this evening in a regional duel, with an opportunity to perhaps advance to the team state tournament here this Saturday in Coralville. And Darren's going to check in on that. I will tell you the next thing for the Black and Gold on the schedule here, the agenda, is next Saturday when they go to their 2A district at Ballard in Huxley. They will be joined by the Albia Blue Demons as well from the South Central Conference in that district. Now, for us here on Go SEC TV, we have not officially established what our district's plans are yet. We're working with some of our other friends in the area, Thunder Country, KIC, and Albia, as well as our sister network, Go Pitch TV, on making sure we get our most spread out coverage that we can. What do you have, Darren?
Looks like Glenwood did end up winning that duel 43-30.
Okay, so
kind
Albia
of played in right where we knew, Albia had their strength, and Glenwood, another one of those programs that's always going to be around. They're solid.
Gotcha. Stick around here on Go SEC TV. We are going to do a post-meet catch-up with Coach Spohr as well as a Panther wrestler to hear from them after tonight's duel. They battled close with the defending champs in Class 2A, but ultimately the Burlington Notre Dame Nikes took it 39-38. For Darren Carson and for the one and only Jimmy Ott II producing for us tonight, I'm Dewayne Cook. Catch us next. Coming up Thursday, we are going to see the Centerville Big Red basketball team on the road taking on the Ottumwa Bulldogs. And, by the way, wrestling fans, Thursday and Friday on Go Pitch TV here on Facebook, they're going to have some updates from the Girls State Wrestling Tournament happening in Coralville as well. So make sure you are checking that out, too. Thanks for being along with us. Hope to catch you next time, whenever that might be. I'm Dewayne Cook for Go SEC TV.